To the Civil War Museum of downtown Falcon, Colorado, where through the front desk you will be taken into the causes of Civil War and the advantages that the North and the South had. Here in the middle we have a memorial to the Battle of Fort Sumter, the event that caused the Civil War. In the back we have the Ordinance of Secession that the Republic of Georgia had taken to begin the secession of the South. We have the slavery book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, written by Harriet Beecher Stowe. We have the industrial thing that the North had, the military advantages that the South and the North had, the fact that the North was a real country and could be recognized by others, the size of the armies compared to the rest. Now, through the other door. In the next room, we have the why the Civil War was the modern Civil War. We have different headlines from the Times written above the wall to make it seem a little more fun. On the side here, we have the canonical bullets, the mini balls, the weapon of choice in this war. In the middle, we have a replica of the CSS Hunley, the first submarine to sink an enemy ship. And then we have representations of the different barricades used, the trenches and the regular on-land barricades. Up the stairs, we have the major battle rooms depicted by 3 large standing things in the middle of the museum floor that guests can walk about, can look at, and can see. Now, through the other door. In the next room, we have a nice break from the cluttered feel of the last, with a nice open floor and a stand-in for the Sherman's March to the Sea. On it, we have a picture of Sherman, the destruction he caused, the way he tied his railroad ties, and some more destruction. On the side here, we have the South surrendering to the North in Appomattox Courthouse. Up on the side here, we have the effects of the Civil War. Long-term effects: the federal government gains more power against state governments. Slavery is abolished, and thus there are free men walking about. However, there is a negative short-term effect. The South had immense inflation, and thus their money was worthless. Through the next door. In our final room, we have our Reconstruction phase of the war. On the side, we have the reasons for Reconstruction. We have the destruction, and we have the economic and financial crisis of the South. In the middle, we have the different plans. We have Lincoln's plan, the Wade Davis bill plan, and in the back, we have Johnson's plan. If you guests can walk through the middle and interact around to the spinning, supposedly, reason why Reconstruction eventually failed. On it, we have representations of the KKK, Amendment 14, canceling out the black codes. We have the Northerners getting tired of the struggles they had faced to rebuild the South. We have President Grant in a political cartoon depicting him being dragged along on a horse, symbolizing him being dragged along by Congress. One of the most important rooms for guests to visit in the downtown Falcon Museum is the Major Battles Room. It tells how many lives were lost. It shows which one was the bloodiest one-day battle in American history. It shows why the Union eventually won out over the Confederate. The other most important room for visitors to experience is the Reconstruction Room. It tells a story of how the U.S. became the way it is today, saying why we needed to rebuild, the ways that we were trying to rebuild, and why it ultimately failed, and how we could learn from past mistakes. Thank you for visiting the Downtown Falcon Civil War Museum. See you next time.